Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, Firstly, I'd like to thank you for your support over the past few weeks, and I will appreciate if you continuously support my channel, subscribe, uh, like my video, make comments, whether you agree or disagree. Make comments. Let's have a discussion, and then share with your family and friends. So, the topic I have for discussion today it's about President Tinubu's recent trip to Turkey, in which he stumbled. Um, Firstly, I'd like to say that I'm not going to take any side on this issue. I'll leave it for my subscribers and fellow Nigerians to comment, and I'll like to hear your opinion. I'm just going to play devil's advocate on this issue. I'll let Nigerians comment, and then let's hear your view. So, this issue started with a couple of friends of mine. We went to tertiary institution together. So we were talking on a group WhatsApp. So I'll constantly refer to the WhatsApp here, and I've got my phone here. So if you see me looking down, that's me referring to the messages on the WhatsApp group. Um, so my friends and I were discussing about President Tinubu's trip to Turkey, and one of my friends mentioned that he stumbled as well during the swearing ceremony at Eagle Square, and so so I now responded. I believe the question was about reason he stumbled, if hopefully it wasn't hot. So I said something like, I'll give you two hints: old age and arthritis. So, and that's not medically confirmed. I don't have the medical report. I just presume that is arthritis. And um, I said some Nigerians don't need Tinubu to be physically fit. There are 60 and 70-year-old with similar physical condition. What we need is a mental capacity to make Nigeria great again. That's what I said. And one of my friend mentioned physical fitness not needed, only mental capacity needed. What a great requirement for national development. Um, so he, so my friend now replied that if you are old, go sit down. To serve Nigeria is not by force. Selfish aggrandizement at its peak. Only in Nigeria. No, I'm not going to mention that yet. So another of our friend now said, "Oh, there you go again. Was he forced to sit on the throne? He better get well and save us all this national embarrassment." So, um, firstly, what is your opinion? What side are you on? Do you require a Nigerian president that is young, 40s, 50s, 60s, physically fit? Or are you on the other side of the dial? Sorry, other side of the aisle, who prefer that, admittedly, President Tinubu, I'm not sure of his age, now probably 83 or 84, is not physically fit, but his mental capacity is way better than many younger Nigerian politicians. What side of the divide are you? So I appreciate if you put that in the comments below. Let's have an adult discussion. No insults, no argument, just grown-up adults having a discussion. So this last paragraph, I left it to the last bit. So he now said, only in Nigeria, youths will wholeheartedly support and fight for those who continuously jeopardize their future. What a pity. So what that reminded me of was the tax issue, which I made a video about. I appreciate if you watch my previous video. So in my previous video, I said the rich who will pay most of the taxes are not complaining. It is the poor who will pay little or no tax that are against the tax law uh, brought into force by President Tinubu. So invariably, those online complaining will probably not pay tax or pay little tax, but the rich will pay a lot are not complaining. So back to this sentence that by a friend of mine. So I'll repeat that again. He said, "Only in Nigeria, youth will wholeheartedly support and fight for those who continuously jeopardize their future." What a pity. So I now said, what did the youths who achieved power previously do with it? So I mentioned a certain ex-governor of Kogi State. I remember when he was governor, I was older than him, this particular governor of ex-governor of Kogi State. So what achievements? I'm sure he did his best, but he didn't turn Kogi State to El Dorado. And I am older than him if I get my facts right. I mentioned an ex-governor of Cross River State as well. I'm not sure of his age, but he became governor in his 40s. So I'm sure he did his best at Cross River State, but as we're talking, Cross River State is not Los Angeles. I also mentioned the former House of Reps speaker. I can't remember this guy's name. I know he's from Ogun State. If anyone can remember his name, could you put it in the comments section? Um, um, I can't remember his name. So I also mentioned there are so many. I said, show me a council chairman doing wonders. There are so many council chairmen in Nigeria in their 40s, in their 50s, youths. Like he said, you know, youths will fight for those who continuously jeopardize their future. So I asked this my friend, but he didn't want to go along that route. I asked him. I mentioned these ex-governors who became governors in their 40s, and they didn't turn their states into New York. So I'll appreciate your comments and your opinion. What do you think? Would you rather have a youth as president of Nigeria, probably 40s, 50s, who has no political experience, who will deliver, who will not deliver, or maybe deliver, who knows, because we can't say into the future? Or would you rather have an 80-something-year-old man who is physically not fit, but who is mentally capable of running Nigeria? So please put your comments in the comment section. Let's hear your argument to and fro. Arguments for and against, I should have said. So thank you very much, and have a good day.